It's never a dull day in the Call of Dragons community because multiboxing and piloting is back on the radar for everyone, and it seems finally people are getting more and more sick and tired of it. And what we're going to do is break down some screenshots, as you can see, as well as some video gameplay or potential multiboxing in action, and talk about it and explain what this is, what piloting is if you're never new, so you understand the term that why everyone is frustrated in Call of Dragons. So let's get into today's video. So first things first, let's just explain what we're talking about today, because you might be new to the game or you might have never really understood what these terms are, because we do get asked even in our alliance what people mean, which is fair enough. So piloting, I'll explain piloting first, the easy one to do, and there will be kind of like a little mini image on show. But you got to imagine it is really easy. So you can imagine, hypothetically, for my account, right? I'm 64.7 million power. Obviously, I don't have so much time in the day to play the game, right? And obviously farm and war and you name it, right? Because I'm a human being. I need to sleep. I've got to go and do stuff for work, make videos for you guys, right? So obviously what a pilot does is negate the downtime. So what a pilot is I would give, for example, hypothetically, I don't do this, just tell you guys, but I would hypothetically give them access with email and password to the account. And then when I am offline, I would tell them, they would jump online and they would continue doing whatever I needed to do. So if I needed them to farm, they would farm for me. If they needed to go to war, they would war for me. And the thing is, piloting is in the game. We know pilots are in the game because, to be honest, humans being humans, they gloat about it, right? There's honestly screenshots after screenshots after screenshots within every alliance. And yes, if you're a top alliance, if you're BDO, Noir, TFS, or even us in OKS, everyone, right? Any alliance that says they don't pilot is just straight up lying. They are just straight up lying, and they're just being dishonest with themselves and just being honest and saying, look, we do it because guess what? Everyone does it, and that's the sad reality. Everyone does it, and to be honest, it does frustrate players, because you got to imagine, you're at war, you don't expect an account to be up 24/7 3 days in a row, do you? It just doesn't happen. You don't expect that. You expect people to sleep, so you have some chance to fight during their downtime, right? So that's piloting. Going through piloting, we can see why we don't like piloting generally in the game, but it's there, and the devs realistically don't do anything about it. But now let's get into multiboxing. Ooh, multiboxing, boys. So imagine in multiboxing now, you didn't have access just to one account like a pilot does, but you had access to 20 accounts or 30 accounts or even just 5 or 10 accounts. It could be as many accounts as you wanted to, but you have access to multiple accounts. And these accounts could be ranging in power. They could be from 30 million, it could go all the way up to 100 million. You could have just T5 accounts, right? Who knows, right? But you have access to all of these accounts. What you're able to do, and what multiboxing is, and this is why everyone hates this at the moment, and this is why a lot of alliances are getting accused of it, what you're able to do is boot up one account on, say, BlueStacks, then use another multi-instance window and log in with a different account. And then multi-instance window again and log in with a different account. And they keep multi-instancing their emulators to have all of their accounts opened at the same time. And what they do is, imagine you're in like a cheerleading squad, right? Everyone in a cheerleading squad or even in a marching band have to move in synchronization, right? They have to do their moves together to create the performance. And one of them is obviously the leader, right? There's a lead charger, there's a lead part that kind of makes the momentum of the marching band move. And that's kind of what the multiboxing does. So you synchronize all of those accounts together and you control all of them from one click. However, you've got to think, you click once has to input to all of those accounts. So there is going to be delay. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes the inputs crash, right? So it's not always perfect. But what this does, as you can imagine, it allows you, as we said in these kind of screenshots, to potentially target one march in this massive cluster of troops here, and you're going to be able to get 90x, 50x, 100x, nearly 200x, right? If you have all these multi-boxes targeting the exact same march. What we're going to do, I'm going to go over some gameplay now. We're going to go over MBH versus NTS, because the thing is, right now, NTS is under a lot of pressure, and I'm not accusing you guys at all of multi-boxing right now. And this is where I'm going to put the disclaimer, boom, right here. So if you're trying to, obviously, start warrior typing, stop typing and listen. I'm not accusing NTS at all of multi-boxing. Obviously, it's going to be on the devs team to investigate and disprove or prove if they are to the community to keep integrity of the game. However, if they've got 120 players all on Discord, they've got 140 players all on Discord, and I'm just saying, if you have 140 players with 2 marches or even 3 marches out, you've got to do the maths. That's 280 marches on the field, or going up to 300 plus marches on the field by just timesing that number up, right? So the thing is, they could have 120 players on in Discord, and they have really good crisp comms. Maybe they've got R4s really good at targeting the march, so they put a marker on the march they want to target. Everyone targets them. We don't know. However, in this hypothetical and in this gameplay that we're going to break down, we're going to kind of showcase what potentially multi-boxing could look like. So let's get into it. So we've got 2 clips to go through. One of them is a really small one. This one's going to be on loop just to begin things on. And then the next one is actually somewhere I personally was involved too, because it's on the main man Guns' stream. Shout out to Guns, you know I love you, bro. But we was in the live chat while he was live streaming this, and this is obviously in the background here a clip from a member. Big shout out to MBH for allowing me to use the footage too for this. And you can see at the bottom here their march. So what you need to pay attention to is how they're on no marches. Look at this. So if we replay this, this is what's scary. They're on 1 march. There was on 5 marches to 1. And now watch. 5, 15, which is respectable. And then out of nowhere, 55, 73, 90. Done. Dead. Gone. Deleted. See ya. Sayonara, bro. And that is what is the problem here. And the thing is, we've got another one, right? So this is the Guns stream. So big shout out to Guns here. Again, if you want to check the live stream out, you just go on YouTube Guns. It's his latest stream, and it's called like YouTube and Baby Guns or something like that. Just check it out. It'll probably be in the link description down below. It's around the 4-hour 30 mark where you're going to start to see this. And this is where even Guns, bro, Guns is sat there wondering, like, is this real or is this not real? And even I was having a little bit of a play, you know, taking a piss in the chat, as you'll see in the side there. But what we need to pay attention to is the way they move, right? The way these guys move. Because what one issue and one visual issue that me and Guns picked up on really, really quickly, and why some of us are raising eyebrows and saying, is this real activity or is this multi-boxing, is the way marchers are going to specific points, right? So one thing, and you can watch TFS, and a big shout out to TFS because I was part of the FS crew, and I remember Jason G there, right, the big man, he was there and they did the round drills. So if you remember, I think him and Not Casuals did a video on it. I did a little small YouTube show on it too because it was really impressive. But you saw the way he got his team to move up and down into cross formations, spread into circles. But one key thing you'll notice in that video compared to this video is everyone does want to move to those points, but they're never the exact same point. And that is where eyebrows are raised. Because when you start to see what I call it, the blob, you start to see the blob and the murder ball start to form, that's when you start to raise eyebrows, because that means more and more and more marchers have somehow hit the exact same pixel perfect coordinate, guys, with all of their marches. And you're going to start to see it in a moment. So you can see it now already starting to form up. And watch how crazy tight this goes. And this is what people say is inhuman. It's inhuman to get all of these marches so tight in a murder ball without having some sort of multi-boxing program. Because you can see now, look at them. They're all moving now in unison once they're all in the same murder ball together. We start pushing forward and look at this. Here is what's scary. Right above my head. Look how they stop. Just look how they stop. All of the marches. Not one, not just two, all of the marches stop on the exact same pixel. The exact same pixel. It's crazy. I have never seen that happen before. And you can tell the difference between the real players and the normal players, because the normal players, if you've noticed, are the ones that aren't on this blob. Look at that blob. It's literally a black line of everyone's text box on top of each other because of how many marches have hit that same pixel. But you look at everyone else, the kind of normal players, you can start to see they've kind of gone out, right? They're a little bit more out compared to everyone else. And that just shows you what I would call human error. That's what normal people do. There's a human error that you just physically can't hit that exact same pixel. And it's kind of like an engineering term, right? You can never get something perfect. If I machine a piece of metal and I cut off 10 millimeters off it, I might have thought it would have been 20 millimeters in diameter left, but it might be like 20.00 something, right? There's always an imperfection. However, in this gameplay, it seems there's a lack of imperfections, and that's what causes the problem. And I think that's why NTS currently are in the firing line. And it's going to be interesting, and I would love to get NTS maybe to come into my DMs, send me as much info as they want me to use in a video, and let me look at it, interpret it how I want, and see if I believe them or not, if it's true, if they're multi-boxing or not, right? Because if NTS can disprove it, I'm happy. I don't mind, right? Because as you can imagine with me and anyone, I have the whole purpose of integrity. And I dislike multi-boxing. I dislike multi-boxers. I dislike piloting because to me, it's against the terms of service. It makes the game unfair. You're not making it a fair game at all. Like, just be honest, you're not. Because if it was fair, everyone here on MBH is an active player on their computer or on their mobile device playing. But you haven't been able to fulfill the same quota. So you've got one guy playing 10 accounts, right? And that's why I hate multi-boxing. Same with pilots, the same thing. If you don't have a multi-boxing app, but you know, you have access to someone's account and you start playing it, I honestly dislike that. Even though I know my alliance does it, a load of different alliances all do it. Everyone's been so open recently, which is kind of nice from the alliance perspective, that they've been, you know, we pilot, everyone pilots, it's just the game, it's just how it is. So obviously now you've got a bit of awareness, you understand what multi-boxing is, you understand what piloting is, and you've kind of understood with this gameplay the potential of what multi-boxing could look like. I'm not saying NTS is multi-boxing again, just remember that we're only using this footage because it's the most closest time of multi-boxing, and you can even see me guessing and just joking on how to beat the multi-boxing in the chat, which I found really funny when we was watching this. But let me hear your thoughts. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section below about it. Obviously, if you are a dev member, if you're in the dev security team, game team, community team, look, you must listen to my content. You must like my content to watch it. Reach out to me, guys. And we're going to be able to stop this, right? We're going to be able to, and I can tell you how to stop this easily. We'll be able to fix this. You can make a nice game and we can have a good experience for once, right? But it is in the hands of the devs to punish these players. They say they want a fair gaming environment. They say they're going to ban people about, you know, buying sell accounts and pilot accounts and multi-box. So let's see if they're able to open an investigation, try and prove it, try and disprove it as well to clear names. And that would be great. I think everyone would be happy in the community if some sort of investigation would be in place. So with that said, smash like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you've enjoyed this awareness on multiboxing and piloting. A little bit of drama involved. Obviously, I don't want to accuse any alliance of doing this because I find it kind of scummy. But until the next video, stay safe, stay sneaky. Peace out.